It is 9 a.m. here on a cold Tuesday morning. Even though it's going to warm up very soon, 50s this weekend, 40s tomorrow, but today, not so much, 32 degrees the high. There's not much information coming out. Waiting to see, he did travel to Oman to deliver the proposal today. Waiting for any news about this proposal, the U.S. reaction to the proposal. Will there be a meeting in Geneva on Thursday? There was allegedly a helicopter that crashed in a market in Iran. I'll share that clip now. Well, maybe I'll wait a few seconds because let the stream catch, so to speak. Sometimes it takes a minute or so for it to appear on YouTube. And actually, I'm not even seeing it yet. Even though I see two people in chat, I'm not seeing it here. It is so odd. There it is. Finally reared. Okay. Let us share the video. Oh shit, I'm muted. Thank you, Saker, for letting me know. So allegedly, that is a military helicopter that crashed in the market. Pilot, co-pilot, dead. But this is interesting. United States confiscated another tanker in the Indian Ocean after tracking it from the Caribbean. The State Department of Defense actually said they boarded the tanker, Bertha, overnight without incident, accusing it of operating in defiance of Iran-related sanctions and President Donald Trump's quarantine of sanctioned vessels in the Caribbean. The Bertha, which files under the Cook Islands flag and is linked to Shanghai Legendary Ship Management Company Limited, was under sanctions imposed in 2020, according to the U.S. Treasury's Office of Foreign Assets Control. The Pentagon said U.S. forces tracked the vessel from the Caribbean to the Indian Ocean before stopping it. So they seized another oil tanker. And the same thing, White House spokesman Karen Leavitt, U.S. President Donald Trump prefers diplomacy as a first option on Iran, but is prepared to use lethal force if necessary. How many times are we going to hear this? Good morning, Carla. Good morning, Vincenzo. Then There was another military drill in southern Iran, ground forces, the IRGC, and I'll share the article from Iran International 55 minutes ago. So they conducted some ground forces with live fire drills. We know pretty much about all of this going on. So they had live fire exercises, more students protesting, rallying against the regime, as they have been for numerous days now. Really, what I'm waiting for is to see this Oman deal or no deal, how this comes together or doesn't come together. Also, Israel warned, and now the Lebanese are reacting. Israel sent an indirect message to Lebanon that it would strike the country hard, including civilian infrastructure, such as the airport, if Hezbollah becomes involved in any war between the United States and Iran. And then the Lebanese government asked Hezbollah not to get involved, which I don't know if that's going to happen. It's almost like a warning and a threat wrapped in one. Good morning, Mary Ann. Wow. I said Boston, Massachusetts was getting hit hard. I said that. You had high winds, heavy snow. Wow, 12 hours without power yesterday. 2 feet of snow. Oh my gosh, we had about a foot of heavy, wet snow. No power outage though. Thank God. Then I got a problem with my snowblower. It's in front of the house as we speak, because I want to let the snow that was all caked up in there, the slush, to melt. I got to take something apart and look at the belt, the auger belt. I ordered one, but it wasn't working right. So I've got to do some service to it, which I'm really good at that stuff. Like right now, I'll show you what it looks like here through one camera. Speaking of the snow. But it's going to be in the 40s and 50s soon, so don't panic. It's going to melt away. See, I got the snowblower out there. I'm letting the inside melt out, dry out a little as much as possible, then I'll wipe it. I have to take this piece right here off to get to the pulley and the belt, and look what's going on in here. Dry it. I may even actually scrape this, repaint it inside, and then, like a friend said, put cooking spray in there so it doesn't stick. Lubricate the inside and check the belt. If the belt needs to be replaced, I have one, but it ain't coming till next week. But I definitely got to check out what's going on with this, because it was a problem yesterday with that slushy, heavy, wet snow. Hi, Madison. What's up, Mike? And what's up, Thomas? So yeah, that's this. Remember this image, because a week from now, you're going to see a lot of this gone. It's going to be in the 50s this weekend. The 50s. I can't believe I'm saying it. The 50s. I'm excited. Bring it on. I'm tired. I think many of us here in Northeast and New England are tired of it. We need a break. All right, let me get the camera back to moving here. Let it go. Anyway, getting back to this. I'm trying to find the article. And there's a lot of videos, I'm sure Tusi will go over them, of all the students out there showing unity and celebrating and chanting "Long live the Shah," "Javid Shah," all that. And that was today. There's a bunch of videos. But I know Tusi will address it, so I'll let Tusi or Goldie do that. And then there's more like the United States can sustain 4 or 5 days of constant intense attacks on Iran. There's so much stuff out there. I am not muted. I am not muted now. Malfunction says F-22s in the river joint had left the UK. I am no longer muted because I could see it on the graph and up there too. Okay, so let me see where this article is. The one about this helicopter. I'm pretty sure it was Iran International. Oh, here it is. This one. The aftermath of a fire is seen at a fruit and vegetable market in Doche in Iran's Isfahan province after an Iranian army helicopter crashed there on Tuesday, killing the pilot and co-pilot and 2 market vendors. That's the video I just showed you. So allegedly a army military helicopter crashed here near Isfahan. I'll show it again. So that was the allegedly a military army helicopter Iran near Isfahan crashed in a market area. But really, this is a wait, like we've been waiting and waiting and waiting to see how this is going to turn out. And I know there's a lot of people out there frustrated. When is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? If it happens, we all know who decides that. Exactly what is happening. I don't know what the heck is going on. I don't think they would strike during the State of the Union. I think the president would want to be in a position where he can be in the Situation Room when that happens, not in the middle of the State of the Union. So I don't see that happening. But the wild card is also Iran, and the other wild card is Israel. Israel can act unilaterally. Just remember that. But the thing I'm watching out for, and I've been keeping an eye out because it's already, what time is it? 5:45 in Iran, I believe. Alexa, what's the time in Tehran?
It's currently 5:44 p.m.
5:44.
That's 9 hours and 30 minutes ahead of your local
That's
time
not
in
9
New York.
hours. It's 8.5 hours. So you're wrong on that one. Wrong. Are we going to argue this early in the morning? Last night was interesting with that. See, this is what I'm watching out. Any word for this. And coming from a real official, like from the mouth of an official, not just an official said this or this, that. No. No. Because he left earlier from Iran. Larijani left because to deliver, this is what I'm watching out for today. Right here. This is what I'm keeping an eye on. The Iranian response to the nuclear settlement proposals that the United States gave them a deadline. The deadline is today. Have you read that the U.S. would have the necessary sufficient weapons for war? At most, they would. Yes, I saw that. I was just reading that. That they have like 4 or 5 days of intense campaign. But again, remember, take everything you hear with a grain, pile, whatever, mound of salt. Just remember that. Everything. What's up, Shay? Everything. But this is what I'm waiting for. Now it's almost 6 p.m. in the region. So this had to have been delivered. He departed for Oman on Tuesday. The move is considered a significant indication that Tehran is nearing its official response to the nuclear settlement proposals. Meanwhile, there is widespread international anticipation regarding the course of the indirect negotiations between Iran and the United States. And his visit to Oman, as it is widely believed, this is that he's carrying Iranian official response to Washington's proposals on the nuclear issue. He will deliver it through Omani channels, which have played a pivotal role. The visit represents another step in a series of shuttle diplomacy. These efforts are occurring against the backdrop of recent momentum gained in the nuclear negotiations. Look, in a related development, the foreign minister announced that his country will present a draft possible agreement. This is such, I can't take it anymore. I just can't. This is older posts in relation to this. I just can't take it anymore. I just can't. It's getting to the point where this has become nonsensical. It's becoming nonsensical, in my opinion. Trying to negotiate a deal with them. It's nonsensical in so many ways. In so many ways, it doesn't even make sense. I don't even know. The only made sense when I was thinking that we're not ready. We need to get the assets in place. We got to get everything in place. This is a tactic to delay. They love it too. They're really playing the delay game right now. I think they're playing the president with this delay game and trying to seem like they're going to negotiate. And meanwhile, time passes. Weeks pass by. For us, I thought it was all about getting us our assets in place. But this is getting to the point where this is laughable. This is a joke. We're going to make a deal with them. What? Are you out of your mind? This is getting like I said, this is getting laughable. In my opinion, this is just getting laughable. You can't make a deal with them. You can't trust them. They've never, ever complied. We've gone over this every day. They don't comply. They are not transparent. At every corner, they prevent, delay, deny. I don't know who's pushing this narrative that a diplomatic deal can be made with Iran. Is it Kushner? Is it Witkoff? I don't know who it is, but this shit, does anybody think this makes sense? That a real deal could be made with Iran? Does anybody think a deal could be made with these people? Okay. And Yo, I'm with you. But the deal is zero enrichment, the missiles, the proxies, and the people of Iran. The only thing they're talking about is nuclear. Everything else is not on the table right now. As far as I know. But originally, we were supposed to put all those things on the table. Iran doesn't want to talk about the missile program. They don't want to talk about the proxies. They definitely aren't going to release all the people that they detained. They're detaining people every day. They actually flew drones this morning, over the students to try to identify who was there. So, I mean, from a logical, rational point of view, what is this deal talk? Now, they're going to come back with a proposal today. That's what I'm waiting for. That's what I'm waiting for, this proposal. And then the United States official reaction to it. Because we're going to hear it, because either they agree to go to Geneva on Thursday or not. We'll know if Witkoff gets on a plane with Kushner and head over to Oman again. We'll know. Because they'll say it. They're going to Geneva to meet with the Iranian, not directly, but with the intermediary of Oman. Again, we're going to go down this track. I would not be surprised they say, we got the proposal and we're willing to meet with them to talk about this on Thursday. Talk about what? Are you sticking to your guns, or are you going to allow them to enrich uranium, which we all know what's gone on in the past? Meanwhile, there's talk that they're purchasing technology or missiles from China. I read that this morning. I can't say if that's true or not, but it's allegedly advanced anti-ship missiles from China. Now, China's like, if you want to give Taiwan all this equipment, why can't we give Iran? We can play that too. You supply Taiwan with stuff, why can't we supply Iran with stuff, right? They're a sovereign country, right? They're trying to play that game. Oh my God. You have to take everything that you see with the media with a grain of salt. You must. You have to, because it's all put out there on purpose. All of it. To create some kind of a narrative. They're making it seem like they're ready to talk. They're ready to make a deal. We're ready. Let's meet. The shade, that's a great point. It's a great point. What's up, Witch Moon? And that's possible too, right after the State of the Union. But you got to remember about the time locally. State of the Union is at 9 o'clock tonight. That's 5:30 in the morning in Iran. When it starts. It goes about an hour, let's say. That would be 6:30 a.m. sun rising. So I don't see it happening tonight. I don't know what the hell. Remember, if they agree to meet in Geneva, it's in 2 days. You might not see anything happen in the next few days. If I'm starting to wonder. I'm actually starting to wonder if they're trying to find an off-ramp here by trying to come up with a deal. I swear it's starting to affect me. Like, is he really looking to make a deal with Iran? I mean, is this for real? They keep talking about regime change. Well, what happens? You know Israel's going to make a move. You know it. Because this has nothing to do with the ballistic missiles and everything else, proxies. Israel's going to make a move. They're not going to just sit and wait forever. They're not. So I don't know what all of you are thinking right now, but this shit just doesn't make sense to me. Oh, we want a deal. What deal? You took the missiles off the table, allegedly. There's no discussion. You took the proxies off the table. Rubio said a few weeks ago, he made it clear. Nuclear, missiles, proxies, and the people that have been detained, they need to be released immediately. It looks like 3 of those 4 are now off the table. So that's a compromise. I would look at it as some kind of a compromise, right? They took that off the table because it doesn't seem like they're discussing that. Unless they still have it in that proposal and they're working on it. But Iran is refusing to even discuss that. So how do you make a deal? Iran is refusing to give up enriching their uranium as a sovereign right. Any nation has that right. That's why they go to the UN. Why can't we produce enriched uranium for civilian use? That's their argument. Putin made fun of the president last night. You're the one that pulled out of the JCPOA deal that was monitoring, that was in place to monitor what was going on. And when you pulled out unilaterally, the Europeans stayed involved. And now you want to go back to that? Or something like that? Putin was making fun. He goes, not to be rude. He started laughing. He's laughing at the president. I don't know if you saw that clip. Putin thinks this is funny. But Putin's not telling you that at every corner, even after we pulled out of the deal and the Europeans and other countries stayed involved with the JCPOA, they still, at every corner, were non-compliant, denying access, removed their surveillance equipment, threw out inspectors, on and on and on. They were not transparent and they were not compliant. That's what Putin's not saying. He's trying to spin it like, see, this is what happened when you pulled out of the JCPOA. And he's starting to laugh about it. I was like, look at this guy. And you think this is your friend? He's laughing at you. He's actually making fun of you. Oh my God. I know, but that's because the president is probably telling him, let me try to make a deal with them first. Like, and I can only imagine what Netanyahu's thinking inside. Like, is this guy for real? He wants to make a deal with them? We've told you they can't be trusted. Look at the evidence. And you're still trying to make a deal with them? What is it with this deal? Can you imagine what Netanyahu's really thinking? He must be like perplexed, to say the least. I'm being kind. Beyond, I've been thinking that for a long time. Trump is afraid because Iran called his bluff. Michael, I think he thinks that because the pressure, strength through power, like putting all that military thing would intimidate them to cave in. Like Venezuela. This is not Venezuela. That model may have worked there. It ain't working with Iran. They're not backing down. It's not going to work here. Whoever his advisors are and telling him this, do it, put pressure on them, they'll cave. Well, he's frustrated. And there are many reports saying that he is frustrated that they have not caved in. Do you not have a plan B or a plan C? It's just bizarre. Unless the ultimate goal is to attack, and again, we've been saying, many of us, that this was a delay tactic so we can get all the assets in place. I've been saying that for weeks. But now I'm starting to even doubt that. But that could be part of it too. The chess game. That a lot of people are saying, he's not going to do it. He's not going to do it. And then he does it. It could be all part of the game. To plant that seed of doubt. Exactly. It could be all part of the game. Yeah, that's a good one. Shay, I like that. That's kind of a good one. Trump is playing poker and the Ayatollah is playing backgammon. Vincenzo, Bill, given the fact they don't want to talk about proxies and missiles, but they also give little chance to the enrichment of uranium in addition to the fact that they want the U.S. to lift it. There is no way the sanctions are getting lifted, if that's what you're talking about. No way. There is no way. They're adding sanctions on these people. The European Union added sanctions. I don't see that happening. And the main question remains, who will save the Iranians afterwards? And the other question is, if you start making deals with them, does that mean the regime stays? Oh. In Lebanon, the military has been ordered to open fire in response to Israeli shelling. Actually, Israel sent a message to the Lebanese government. If Hezbollah gets involved, they will hit their airport infrastructure. And then the Lebanese government responded by telling Hezbollah, do not enter this war. Those are the reports coming on. Do I trust it? No. But that's what's being reported. Because again, you really cannot trust anything that's out there because they're floating stuff out there on purpose. You cannot. Anything you see or read, well, this one said this one said that. That's on purpose. At the end of the day, their beliefs of afterlife are way greater than the life. Yes. No nonsense, you're right. They can't wait to meet the virgins in heaven. It is really a holy war, if that's what you're referring to. I'm not going to mention that, Michael, but I understand your point. And that's another thing, you don't deal with the terrorists. And another concern, side note, I'm worried about the Americans in Mexico. And that the cartel doesn't start taking hostages of Americans. That's got me a little concerned too. Not a little, a lot. That they don't start to play that hostage game, the fucking cartel. We need to pay attention to that. Don't pass it by them that they wouldn't. I am definitely concerned about that part too. Even though the Mexican government and the president said he offered assistance to the Mexican government, but they said no. But he says, I'm willing to help anytime. But I'm concerned about that too. The cartel taking hostages, Americans trying to get out. Yeah, the Mexico stuff is crazy. What do I think will happen? I can't tell you. Honestly, I don't see a deal happening, but this deal stuff just keeps going. It keeps going week to week to week. Is it a game? Is it a delay? Yes, it could be. Like I said, I'm waiting to see right now. I'm watching to see if there's any reports about this proposal and if the United States has responded to this proposal to meet in Geneva on Thursday. So I'm looking for that right now because that would be important. The last you see yesterday was the helicopter. I just showed it. I showed the helicopter crash in the market near Isfahan. I showed it a few minutes ago. So again, it's like we wait and see how this develops. That's pretty much. I don't think we can really make a prediction here. How many times have we predicted for the last month or so? Really, more than that. It's almost going on 2 months. I mean, think about it. Early January, when they were out in the streets and getting slaughtered, where are we now? Sunday is March 1st. I heard that China has a radar boat feeding info. Yeah, they are, dead son. They are feeding them information. And then there was a report that they have a deal that they're working on for anti-ship missiles. I don't know if it's going to be here, but I did read it somewhere. Let me see if I can find it. I think some kind of a deal they made. I might be able to find it quick. But then again, you take, like I said, everything. Iran is negotiating with China to buy YJ-12B anti-ship cruise missile with the speed of a Mach 3. This is from Reuters. But the comment is here, we could be talking about technology transfer rather than direct acquisition of them. So there, it looks like, but that could just be put out there. So I'm gonna, because that's been out, that's been floating this morning. Open source right here. I'll show you on the screen. Reuters reports that Iran is close to finalizing a deal with China to purchase the Chinese-made, this is a different one, and supersonic anti-ship cruise missile, range 290 kilometers, so that's short range. Mach 3. So that's floating out there, like so much other stuff is floating out there. And remember, even though it gives us more time, it gives them more time too. Works both ways. So who the heck knows? I'm just going to keep reading. In regards to Iran, it's annoying that, but this could be political posturing. Trump wants to say he did everything. Yes. Yo, definitely. Definitely. But so are they. That's exactly their angle too, that they tried to negotiate with the United States. They were willing to meet with the United States. They came back with a proposal. Oh, here we go.
For Billy. I'm here.
Oh, God, now what does she want? Oh, God. Mom, what is it? I'm live. Come on, Tycho. Come on. I actually need to make my fire. We're going out here. Fire is not on. It's getting chilly. But, I mean, we can all speculate on the outcome here. But like I said, is there going to be a meeting in Geneva? What is the U.S. response going to be to this proposal? Are we going to hear about it? Of course we will, probably, because there's either going to be a meeting in Geneva or they will delay the meeting till next week. United States needs time to go over the proposal. That kind of deal. Who the heck knows? What's up, doctor? Iran doctor, what's happening? Let me see. I think that very likely, if that happens, there will be a widening of the crisis with Hezbollah and the Houthis. And almost certainly we will also see Jordan and Saudi Arabia. Jordan's definitely going to be involved. Jordan's definitely involved. Just look what's going on in Jordan with all the aircraft and tankers and everything else there. There comes no deal. Have tell him what he wants and give him 48 hours to answer. That was prior to this. Today was the deadline, and he flew to Muscat, Oman, to deliver the proposal. That was today. We can do one thing. Let's see how many of us order pizza tonight. Did you guys see what Hexet said about the pizza watch? He actually laughed about that. Somebody asked him about that. I showed the video last night. Good morning, Red Bull. He commented on that. He watches that. He knows what's going on. You didn't maybe see it. Somebody asked that question about the pizza watch. And I know, I wish Commander was around. Commander said, you people believe that? They do that on purpose because they know you're watching. This is an old clip from October, and he mentioned it. He knows that was October. This was, again, a clip from October. During a Fox News interview, was asked about the viral Pentagon Pizza Index. And you got to just hear the clip. And this is old. So you think he doesn't know about this? This is from October. I think too many people read into this pizza thing. And even my military buddy said, Bill, really? They know people are watching that and thinking that they can read into that?
An account on X that forecasts or tries to forecast military action based on how busy the pizza places are around the Pentagon. Next time there's going to be an airstrike, have you guys thought about maybe just going to the cafeteria?
I'm aware of that account. I haven't thought of just going to the cafeteria. I've thought of just ordering lots of pizza on random nights, just to throw everybody off. Some Friday night when you see a bunch of Domino's orders, it might just be me on an app throwing the whole system off so we keep everybody off balance. Trust me, we look at every indicator. There's a reason Midnight Hammer worked, because we understood open source, we understood classified ways in which the public and others are trying to watch movements, and in sensitive ways we controlled for a lot of that in ways that only the U.S. government can do it. I mean, President Trump says this all the time. There's only one military that can do what we do, which is why it's such a solemn responsibility for me to make sure the leaders this military have are leaders they deserve.
So they know all about this Pizza Watch stuff. I mean, come on. I mean, oh my gosh. But, people swear on it. He commented on it. And he joked about it. And I know somebody that's in the military and says, yeah, they order it just to throw everybody off because they think that that's going to reveal something. So don't read too much into this Pizza Watch stuff. Exactly, Sacred. It has like a following. It does. People swear on it. They do. Oh my gosh. That was from October. So obviously he's aware that people are watching Pizza Watch by the orders to think that they're gonna read into something coming up. It's like, okay, they think by watching that, we know. What the hell is that? Okay. So, don't buy into it. Don't buy into that Pizza Watch because they know. They know you're watching it for trying to read into something. There's a kebab index in Iran too. Oh my gosh. We have the pizza, they got the kebab index. Oh my God, that's too much. Oh man. But I check it out when people ask, just to humor. All right, let's check it out. What are we at? Dokkan what? 2? Oh shit, they're ordering a lot of pizzas. Free pizza for everyone today. What's up, Airspace Watcher? Like I said, I am trying to see, because it's already, 6:15 local time, like in Iran? Something like that? I'm really seeing if I find any news to update. I'm checking all my main focus right now, and I'm not going to be live tonight because I'm going to watch the State of the Union. But maybe afterwards. But my main thing is seeing if there's any response to this proposal by the United States. I'm keeping an eye on that to see if any information is coming out. Which I would think we might hear something soon, because if it's going to happen on Thursday in Geneva, that's 48 hours. Somebody's got to get on a plane, or some individuals need to get on a plane to head to Switzerland. And there is nothing new coming up. Just that he left this morning for Oman, Larijani. That's it. But there's no update on it. This is what I'm watching out for today. And that was this morning he left. Now, I don't know how long it takes to get there, etc., but he left to bring the proposal and deliver it to Oman, who will then relay the message, the proposal, to the United States, because they're the media intermediary. They're in the middle of it all. So we got to see. Right now, I'm not seeing anything. I'm watching all the posts to see, but again, when you see a post, unless it comes from an official, then who knows? It's all speculation. But right now, there's no information coming in. And I'm sure both sides will put stuff out there. Indian Prime Minister Modi is set to arrive in Israel tomorrow for an official visit. The visit will focus on strengthening economic, diplomatic, and security cooperation between Israel and India. That's what they're posting right now. But other than that, it's quiet, to be honest. It's pretty quiet. Other than the things I already mentioned. Student protests, drones flying over them, armed vehicles nearby, the army helicopter crash near Esfahan in a market. A few things. Good, my fire's going. Wow, this just came out. Again, take it for whatever it's worth. A U.S. Air Force C-5 heavy transport aircraft is reportedly seen transporting Patriot air defense systems from South Korea to the Middle East. Another one that just came out a little while ago. The U.S. Air Force is now deploying significant offensive assets to Diego Garcia Air Base. Could those all be indications that something's coming? Maybe. But it also could be a posturing to show that, look, we're getting all our pieces in place all over. We're ready. This is the picture that Goldie was putting out there. Police forces are unable to handle protesters in Tehran, Isfahan, and Mashhad, so they brought heavy machine guns. Again, this is all stuff that's out there. And there's a lot of videos, which I'm sure Tusi is going to go through most of them, with the students protesting and all over the place. There's plenty of those videos out there. And this is out there too with Rubio. Marco Rubio will brief top lawmakers at the White House on Tuesday as on Iran. How do they know that's on Iran? But this is what's coming out. Politico reported as the administration weighs possible strikes, citing two people familiar with the planned meeting. I hate that. The briefing will include House and Senate leaders and top members of the intelligence communities and will take place hours before Donald Trump delivers his State of the Union. The administration has been building up U.S. forces in the Middle East as Trump has warned of consequences if no deal is reached with Tehran over its nuclear program. Some lawmakers have pushed for a vote requiring congressional approval before any use of force against Iran, though such a resolution is not expected to pass in the House. So allegedly, I think it's supposed to be at 3 o'clock this afternoon, Eastern. So there's a lot of stuff out there. A lot. This is the military thing. That's not. Yeah, the speculation is nuts. It is out of control. That's why it's getting to the point where it's just ridiculous at this point. Everybody's just waiting to see how this develops, guessing, betting. Oh, it's tonight. No, it's tomorrow night. No, it'll be this weekend, like it was last weekend, right? Or the weekend before. Are we going to wait till March? Are we going to wait till after Ramadan? I mean, is there going to be a deal? You know what I mean? It's just at the point where let's just wait and see what happens here. And I know there's a lot of people out there that are frustrated. But I mean, it's gonna play itself out, and the president is gonna make the ultimate decision. That's it. It's bottom line. But so will Netanyahu. It's not just the president. You have to also consider what will Benjamin Netanyahu do for Israel. Do you think Netanyahu's going to wait weeks and weeks and weeks? I don't think so. That's just my opinion. So that's the other thing involved here. I'm going to check Truth Social now. I don't think he's going to be posting anything about it. He's getting ready for the State of the Union tonight. I think he's a little busy right now. Nothing. No. Nothing on True Social regarding Iran. And there's not much on social medias either. Telegram, X. Everything's kind of quiet right now. So that's where we're at. Gavin says nothing's going to happen. Sorry. I don't know about that. Nothing happening, because I think Israel at some point will do something. I don't know about the word nothing. Maybe, I don't know how this is going to play out. You'll have people on every side saying, United States is taking time to make a move. It's going to happen. Once we play out this deal nonsense going back and forth, then there's going to come a time where we strike, or there's going to be a deal, or we're going to push this negotiations on for weeks and weeks and weeks. Or Israel's going to act unilaterally to take out their missile program, or attempt to try to take out their missile program. Like I said, we could all speculate all day long, but we've been doing this like for weeks. Just to be clear, Bill, we will have answer tonight about whether they want to have another meeting. I think so. They got to fly out. They got to fly out. We'll know soon enough if they're going to go to Geneva on Thursday to meet with in Oman in direct talks. We're going to find out eventually if that's going to happen or not, or is it going to be delayed? Because Rubio's supposed to go to Israel on Monday. It was supposed to be Friday, now it's Monday. I don't know if they're sticking to that, but are they going to say there's a meeting next week? Not this Thursday, but they have to go over. I could just see it. Well, we have to look over this proposal. So we need more time to look this over. We'll probably meet with the Iranians next week, not this week on Thursday. Anything's possible. You know what I mean? Anything's possible. Anything that anyone says in chat or I say is speculation, and we don't know. Anyone's guess is as good as anybody else's guess, because we don't know. That's where we're at, and we've been there. So, Eddie, we could all speculate. Yeah, it's going to happen tonight after the State of the Union. No, it's going to happen tomorrow. No, it's going to happen this weekend when the markets close. Like I said, no, it's not going to happen at all. like someone just mentioned. Yeah, right? Sorry, Starmer. Good, that's true, JC. That's true. Sorry, Starmer. We're going to Diego Garcia. Because that was reported. I don't know if it's true, but that's what was reported. If Trump doesn't act, he loses the midterms and legacy is ruined. I've mentioned this many times. Do you want him to be do you think he wants to be mentioned in the same sentence? Red lines, Obama, Biden, Trump. I do not think so. You might think that's insignificant, but in his mind, that might be very important. A lot of people say, oh, that's ridiculous. Well, maybe not. Not to him, it may not be. For him, it's like, because that's all he talks about. Obama drew the red line in Syria, this, that. You think he wants to be mentioned in the same breath? I don't think so. It is at 3 p.m., Morgan? That's what I thought. That's what I had read. Why is there Brazil Air Force aircraft in Dubai? That's a great question. That's interesting observation. And I would like to... He's working. I can't bother him. Somebody just messaged me something. It was funny. I got to message Commander. He's at work, but I'm still going to try. Just to see. Maybe he'll reply. Would be nice. I'm just going to ask him, what do you think? To be or not to be? I'm live. Do you think we will eventually strike Iran? Let's see if he replies. He's got to be at work, so I don't want to bother him. We chopped last night. Oh my God. So let's see if the commander responds. Because he has his means of information. Let's just say it like that. My worry is that the dip things will act during the State of the Union against Israel, and the president will be on TV and we will see it live. I was thinking about that. Would they be crazy enough to do something like that? While the president is addressing the country, Iran does some kind of preemptive strike or instigation move while he's live on TV addressing the nation? Wow. That's an interesting concept, Sacred. Anything's possible. Do I think it would happen? No, but it's not 100%. Not in my mind. At this point, anything's possible. But that is cray-cray to think about. That actually happening while the president is addressing the nation. They do something. I don't think it's going to happen because they're all... A lot is... Now, let me recorrect myself. If they think that the proposal, and we don't know if it's there already, We don't know if the Omanis already sent the proposal over to the United States for Witkoff to go over
The
it.
Yankees won
Alexa,
20 to
stop.
3 against the Tigers
Alexa,
on February
stop.
21st.
And then they know there's no deal? Would they? It's a lot of speculation, but wow. Sean is like, and Sean, I know Sean's perspective. You know, obviously he's for the freedom of the Iranian people. But that would be, that's like a Hollywood movie plot. That's something you would.
It's a sunny 25
Alexa, stop.
degrees with a high of 32 and a low of
Alexa,
11.
stop.
Expect partly sunny skies.
Alexa,
with a
stop
70s
talking. It would be something to remember. That would be crazy. Excuse me. Okay, Dead Son, you know this as an American, as many do. Usually the State of the Union addresses a lot of domestic issues. They're usually toward the end or the middle end, not the end, but somewhere in the middle toward the end. Then they start talking about the foreign policies. So I wouldn't be surprised they bring up Mexico and Venezuela and Iran and whatever. Russia, Ukraine, all that. There will come a time, but you know the main body of State of the Union is the State of the Union here. Domestic. So I'm sure at some point he might generally touch it. So, helmet, don't make me laugh. Unplug that thing. He probably set off Andy's and everybody else's. So, you know, that's why tonight I'm going to go watch. And when he brings it up, I'm actually going to take notes. Specifically about Iran. Because that's what a lot of people are here for, to see what's going to potentially happen with Iran. So we'll focus on that. Abu Dhabi, what's going on? Just took off from Qatar. Oh, you mean Abu Dhabi. Which one? Yasat 10? What's the significance of Yasat 10? What is going on here? UAE. Okay. It's a Hercules. This is not uncommon. There's always a lot of movement. It's not uncommon. I'm always going to keep an eye on the civilian traffic because, like I always say, it could be indicator when they start to divert. Doesn't matter about the airspace. You may not see evidence of the airspace being closed and cleared out first. You will see the air traffic. Who is messaging me? Oh, that could be a contractor. This could be a Poseidon. It is. Oh, there he is. What is this? That's him. He hasn't arrived yet. He hasn't arrived yet. That's him. Going to, most likely, that's him going to Muscat, Oman, to deliver it. That could be him. That plane right there could be him. That plane, if it lands in Muscat, that is the proposal being delivered. It hasn't been delivered yet. He hasn't arrived yet. I would probably bet money that he's on that plane, Larijani, to deliver the proposal to the Omanis. So the United States has not received it yet, and I don't know how long it's going to be before he lands, meets with the delegation in Oman to deliver the proposal, and by the time the proposal gets to the United States, most likely, we need to follow that plane if it's going to Muscat, Oman, which is here. It looks like that's where it's going. So he hasn't even arrived yet. So that means me sitting here watching and waiting to see if we're going to hear anything about the proposal is not happening for hours and hours. You know what I mean? So I was waiting. I thought he'd be there already because it's already getting late there. Look at the sun. You see the sun is sunset. We may not hear about this till tonight. Maybe probably tomorrow. So right there, that just threw a whole wrench in my plans. So let's just see. I'm going to leave this on the screen. Oh, where'd it go? Oh, I was going to say, where'd it go? And you're going to hear a lot of people speculating about it. Well, we may in real time see that he hasn't even arrived yet. Wow. Yeah, my buddy Commander Cobra. I do not bother him while he's at work. Absolutely. Dude, send me, the person that's watching, that's messaging me, send me that on Teams. Because I need to download. I have a folder for all of this. I'm trying to organize everything. And tomorrow I'm going to go to the post office to check on that. I ain't going out there today. Tomorrow's going to be in the 40s. Today's going to be the high 30. I'm not going out there today. And they're still cleaning up from the snowstorm. So, what the heck? Wait a minute. I was going to say. It's like watching paint dry. So, a lot of what's going to happen in the next few days could depend on the outcome of the messenger right here. Over a foot. I don't even, oh my God. Of heavy wet snow. Matter of fact, I got my snow blower. I got to take it apart later. I ordered a belt. I think I told you about that. My snow blower is sitting out in front, even though it's going to be 32 the high today. It's facing the sun because there's still some caked up ice and slush in the auger. Oh my God. I got to dry it. I'm going to sand it. I'm going to paint it. Then I'm going to take it apart and look at the pulley and the belt. I ordered a belt. It's not coming till next week. And we're not supposed to get any significant snow because it's going to be in the 40s and 50s by this weekend. But I need to fix my blower. Priority. The belt only cost me $10, thank God. But this is what it looks like. Well, I'll show you the blower. It's sitting right in front door. Right there. Look at all that snow. Look at all that snow. It's winter wonderland. All over again. It's ridiculous. It really is. It's ridiculous. Just when I thought it was over, they dragged me right back in. With the snow. And it's kind of funny because I had done a trail and now it's covered again. That was a 2-foot snowstorm a few weeks ago, and now a foot, so it filled in where I had shoveled a trail. Now it's covered again. This was a shoveled out trail that I made here to get to my tripod. Well, with a foot of snow, it filled it. It's too much. I can't take it much more. But look at it. But it's like I said, it's going to warm up. 40s and 50s starting tomorrow. Not today. So a lot of this is going to melt in the next week or so. Should be gone if it's the temperatures they forecast are accurate. It should be gone by next weekend. It's really supposed to warm up. I want to watch him. I'm predicting that's him. It's got to be. Why else would he be heading this way? To go here. The messenger is on the way. You think it's on tonight? Well, Toxic, somebody brought up a wild point. Could you imagine Iran did something while the president is speaking live to the nation? Wow. That's like Hollywood stuff. While the president's addressing the nation, Congress, Iran does something while he's live on TV. That would be cray. Not saying that that's going to happen. I'm just saying somebody brought it up and I'm like, that would be insane. Muscat is what? It's like 7:10 p.m. So maybe it's not that late to relay the message. But you got to remember, Sean, he has to land, meet with the Omanis, exchange it, hand it over. Then the Omanis have to send it to the Americans. By the time they look it over, because it's not like you could just do a quick read. You know what I'm saying? It's going to take time. We may not have a response till tomorrow. Because right now in the United States, all the focus is on the State of the Union. So I don't know if we'll have an answer till tomorrow. A U.S. response. JC's saying, you're killing me with all the pizza talk. I haven't had breakfast yet, so. But will the response that arrives in Oman then be physically delivered to the Americans? Where? I don't know about physically delivered. I don't know how they would transmit that proposal. There's got to be security protocols on something like that. You know what I mean? Maybe there's somebody there right now, American delegation, they could hand it over to. Who knows? I don't know what the process of that is. Do you guys? No, there's a Discord group, Minister. I don't think anything matters in these talks. I agree, but I think the majority of the people think that it's meaningless. But we just got to see how this all plays out. And like I said, you got to watch out for Israel. Netanyahu is not going to sit by and wait forever. He's not. He is definitely not. So we got to see. The Weather Channel still talking about the blizzard. Someone said earlier they were near Boston, Massachusetts. They got 2 feet of snow. What's the timeline Trump has to have it by midnight tonight? Well, the proposal, that could be a technicality because the deadline was today. Well, they're going to meet that deadline. Now, does the deadline mean that the United States has to have it in their possession? Remember, over there, it's after 7 p.m.? But here it's 10:15. Technicalities. I think they're not going to worry about saying midnight like this is Cinderella. Once that's delivered, they know that the proposal has been submitted. They're not going to play a game with time. 12:01, you're late. They know that the proposal's on the way. They know it. It's about to reach Oman very soon. They'll wait to see that proposal now. Whether it's today, tomorrow morning early, they know it's being delivered. They want to see what they deliver. You know what I mean? It was all, yeah, it was Mary that told me about that. I think I seen somewhere up there it's gotten like 35 inches. Yeah, it's snowed a lot here. Well, I got a foot, but it was heavy, wet snow. But other places got a lot of snow, especially in New England. Oh my God. If anybody goes to Aldi's, they did a recall on food. I don't know if anybody shops in Aldi. I want to read about this. What's going on? Oh my God. 9,500 pounds of ready-to-eat frozen meatballs. Pieces of metal in their meatballs. Well, if you bought these, you definitely want to either bring them back or throw it out. Wow, metal fragments. That is crazy. The Bremer family size Italian style meatballs. That's what they're labeled as. Bremer family size Italian meatballs in Aldi's. With the USDA mark, inspection includes establishment number 4286B. If you've got those, bring them back. It's a recall. Get your money back, or just simply throw them out. Just putting it out there. That just came out. I just seen it. That is crazy. I make my own meatballs, so I don't worry about that. Frozen meatballs, yeah. I don't know if Red Bull's in here, but if you see the Omani's running away, no matter what, they're going to try to put a spin that the Iranians have submitted a proposal for the U.S. to look at, no matter what. I don't even know how to grab the link from there. Uh-oh, there's more stuff coming out now. What's this? Uh-oh, it's John Burroughs. I am live. Everybody can hear you. Do I need to mute?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, obviously that's muted for privacy. He just told me something that was really interesting, but I can't repeat it. Obviously he told me to mute, so it's not to be made public. It has to do with Iran, but that's all I'm going to say. Lebanese foreign minister made this statement. I I hope that Hezbollah will refrain from entering a new adventure and spare Lebanon further destruction. We have received warnings that any involvement by Hezbollah would push Israel to strike infrastructure, and we are acting by all means to prevent this. They threatened their infrastructure, the airport, everything in Lebanon. The Israelis. Sacred, you're too much, you know that? Nantucket had 84 mile per hour winds an hour. My husband had to open the windows and try to knock snow off to see out. Wow. No, they're not produced in Italy. They're produced actually in New York. I make my own meatballs, bro. Tusi's on at 40 about Mexico. Final flight of the 12 F-22 Raptors departing RAF Lakenheath in England this morning, bound for the Middle East. He mentioned that. The person on the phone just mentioned that. Let's hear what Levitt said.
But what the United States is doing to ensure that not only America is the safest country in the world, but remains the strongest country in the world.
Does he consider Iran a threat that remains abroad?
Well, look, Iran chants death to America. So you tell me if that's a threat. Elena.
Okay. So, yes, they consider Iran a threat. She said that this morning. That was her saying that this morning. Comptroller in Israel accuses government IDF of systematic failure in post-October 7th evacuation. Report finds gaps in preparedness, lack of up-to-date plan, shirking of ministry responsibility for 210,000 evacuees. Defense Ministry says response was coordinated despite challenges. Times of Israel. That just came out. Oh my God, Vincenzo. No, I get it. Because there's a lot of people that do follow Tusi. It's only made in reference. There are quite a few that follow him and watch his thing. Including myself, when I sit down and watch, just to see what he has to say. It's kind of weird because, like myself, I just look at what I see, and I always say, whatever I read, you have to take it grain of salt because this is not vetted. A lot of it is speculative, obviously. So I'm not going to say anything definitive unless you do more research and find actual clips of people verifying it. Like, I hate it. I say it 1,000 times. U.S. officials say this. Unconfirmed or source. And it goes to the media. New York Times, Axios, Politico, whatever the source is. It's like sources close to the situation. I can't take it until I hear it coming directly. Hearing it and seeing it for myself. Then that's different. Otherwise, everything is speculation. Do you know what I mean? Everything is speculation. Unless you can verify it. I know I'm not answering your phone, Mom. There's no way. But it's still, let me put it to you this way. If it wasn't for people like Tusi and Goldie and others putting this out there, a lot of people would not even be aware of what the heck is going on to begin with. And it's all opinion, it's a person's opinion, whether they agree or disagree, and what they're saying, just like anybody else. The things I say, a lot of people disagree. Because a lot of it is speculation. But, you know, the media here isn't covering it. They're not. So, you know, you take some of these things and you say, wow. And a lot of it could be clips. The one thing I worry about clips is the date of the clip. To verify that that happened on such and such time as they say it happened. Anything you see. Like I'm reading these things that are coming out. Now he just told me, and other people were talking about the 22s in the UK. He told me and I read about it, and somebody mentioned it in chat. Yeah. Doesn't it annoy you? Unnamed U.S. sources or officials? I mean, my God. It drives me nuts. It does. It's in the Gulf now. Well, we're watching it. It's right here. And it looks like it's making that turn to go to Muscat. So that's him. Larijani. To deliver the proposal. That's got to be him. It's definitely. An Iranian plane flying over the Persian Gulf? You know everybody's watching that. So yeah, that makes sense. I guess you heard they tried to fly to Coleman's outfit, do some damage, and the helicopter crashed. I saw we covered that in earlier Nolly. From a non-biased point of view, if it wasn't for him, a lot of people wouldn't know. Exactly. That's what I just said. If it wasn't for people like that, a lot of people wouldn't be aware what the heck is going on to begin with. Because mainstream media isn't giving it the coverage. You know when they will? When CNN broadcasts live from Tehran stating, the United States is now conducting strikes against Iran. And you got to wonder, what kind of an agreement did they get to be there in the first place? Oh, yeah, so many fake stuff out there. I have info right now. Tankers from England transferring through France. Yes. It is. What? Also in Korea, we have takeoffs from U.S. tankers and F-16s today. Roma 5 is the only tanker showing with the F-22s at the bottom of Italy. But it's funny because my friend that called confirmed everything you guys are saying without getting into detail. But he did. It's like wild. But he told me some other stuff that I found interesting. But when the time is right, we'll discuss it. Because he's also a veteran. And he's got connects. And like I said, he don't tell me to mute without reason. He was wondering why I wasn't on Facebook. Because that video I showed the other day, Facebook got me for showing that graphic video from Mexico. Remember? And I said I should have screened it before I showed it. What the cartel did to a military or police. That wasn't good. That was not good. Because it was graphic. That's another thing. Gotta be careful what you put. The censorship is, still alive and well. To be honest, it is. Also, today morning, they called me about a lot of sonic booms. Wow. From hometown West Greece. Wow. That's JC makes the exact point. Trust but verify. And imagine a nuclear deal using that same phrase. No trust and try to verify. That would be my little twist on it with any kind of a nuclear deal with Iran. No trust and try to verify. I watched the live feed of the F-22s taking off from Lake and Heath, 11:30 this morning. Wow. See, I can't show that. I'll get struck. I never ever post on Facebook, ever. But I do my live feeds to Facebook. That's it. I never post comments, my own personal opinions on it. Never. Never. All I do is stream to it. Uh-oh. I was talking about a podcast. Now, this is a podcast that is being released by 2 Israeli reporters. I'm only going to read you the title. I'm not going to tell you who it is. They have their link to their YouTube for this. It's going live. One of them says, is this the most, in caps, all caps, is this the most dangerous week in the Middle East in 20 years? And the YouTube, Iran just made its biggest mistake and America is ready. Is this the most dangerous week in the Middle East in 20 years? That's their title. With Trump reportedly giving Iran a last chance before a possible strike, and it goes on. I don't want to share it. But that's what they put. They're live right now. 2 Israeli reporters. And that was their title. Iran just made its biggest mistake and America is ready. Is this the most dangerous week in the Middle East in 20 years? Ordained Minister, you could share it here if you like. I don't know. I honestly don't know how to get the link from Discord. Maybe I could do it right here. This is general chat. I believe that's the link. I believe it is, where many are. If you'd like to join, I believe that is the link. Ordained minister. And yes, there was activity being reported, Diego Garcia. Again, I cannot confirm that. It's just what's out there. Well, he's getting closer. Getting closer. To landing. Even though it looks like it hasn't moved much. I'm going to refresh it. Just to do it. All this meatball talk made me think of making meatballs. A lot of people are saying that too, Mark. A lot of people have a strange feeling about today. I just don't see it happening before the State of the Union, and not before the United States can go over this proposal. Because Iran will use that all day long. What somebody said in chat got my attention, though, and I don't think it would happen. I can't say for 100% certainty, but could you imagine Iran did something while the president is doing the State of the Union live? Addressing the nation? Addressing Congress? Now, that would be insane. I mean, you want to talk about the symbolism and you will never forget that. No one could ever forget that. How could you? Iran struck or attempted to strike U.S. bases or Israel while the president is speaking to the country. Oh my God. Now, I'm not saying hell no that's going to happen, but my gosh. I am so tired of graphic stuff being screened. Yeah. I'm with you on that. I am. But that is important. on the screen right now. That is important. That's the significance. Because that's the proposal on the way. On that plane is the proposal. It's the only reason. And trust me, I'm going to get off soon because I'm not going to sit here and waste anyone's time. Everybody's time is precious, including my own. I do have things to do around the house. So, but I totally get it, JC. I totally get it. I agree. And like I said, there's really nothing, really, I can't say that there's nothing going on, but there's nothing really new and important to report regarding this. It's like regurgitation everywhere. It's like they spread it everywhere. And they're just repeating what other people are reporting. Or not, I can't even say reporting. What other people are posting. Let me clarify that. Posting. You see, like, this is what Iran International put out 20 minutes ago. This is what I mean. So they're saying that the people are concerned that there is going to be an impending strike. It's the threat of the strike rose with many expressing fear of war, but also resignation that it may be unavoidable or even transformative. See, so can you imagine what the people on the ground in Iran are going through right now? And it's opinionate, you know, everything. Where the what plane is going? It is. Julie, that's the plane right there. This is the plane right here heading to drop off the proposal over here to Muscat, Oman. This is going to land here soon. The proposal is on this plane, being delivered right there. So, and it'll land soon here, and that's where it's going to be held in Muscat. It'll be handed over to the Omanis, and then they'll hand it over to the United States, and however they do that. So you're actually seeing it. He's going to be arriving soon. And all the countries are saying, yes, leave there immediately for a week. Yes, Nali, correct. Vincenzo, how would I reach you? If you want me to keep you up to date and you'll be sleeping. Remember, the State of the Union is still like a little over 10 hours away. It's at 9 p.m. Eastern. It's not even 11 here. So we still have many hours before the State of the Union. About 10 hours and 22 minutes to be exact. But I would keep you in. I'll be back after it's over tonight if there's any like relevant information. And remember, 10 hours, that might give time to find out by the time he lands, delivers the message, the proposal, and then it's handed over to the United States, however that happens, and maybe we get a response by tonight. Because it's still 10 hours away. We may or may not hear about this proposal talk. We may hear if they're, based on this proposal, if there's going to be a meeting in Geneva on Thursday. It all depends on how the United States views this proposal. Which I'm going to guess they're going to say, we're going to meet with them. Because every time I say they're not, they do. So I might as well go with the flow. There's going to be a meeting in Geneva on Thursday. But if there were deadlines put, what the heck was that? If this was like a deadline, that means, listen, This is it. It kind of like makes it like a finality to it. This is it. Deadline today. I wouldn't be surprised they delay the meeting till next week. Nothing surprises me anymore. So who knows? Brazilian Air Force is a C-30. They're using it for evacuations. Wow. But I heard how they were bringing the answer. Vincenzo, you're too much. Or if it starts up, I'll be looking for your life. Oh, you know. Believe me, I'm ready. I got my Red Bull imitation drinks. I actually may have to go out and get more backup munchies. I got my phony Pringles, but I need more. Because other than I need to go to the post office tomorrow, if the shit hits the fan, I'm not leaving this chair for a while. We're going to try to... The only thing is I tried to look online for paying for cameras because I can't use... It would have been nice to get access to some cams, whether it's in Tehran or Tel Aviv, Haifa. You know what I mean? But I just can't find where to make a deal. My own deal. My own deal. Oh yeah, I got the imitation snacks. They're half the price. They're half the price. A regular Pringles is $2.50. These cost $1.25. Half the price. Half the price, and they taste good. Heck yeah. You got to see me in the store. It's almost hysterical. Like I'm going like this. Pulling them off the... It's a trip, actually. Oh, my gosh. Lindsey Graham mentioned we have a couple of lines in the one in the bottom line the other day with all the other deadlines in red lines. Who knows? Listen, I'm not joking when I say this, but I am. It's almost like I feel like Reagan in the Exorcist movie with my head spinning, rotating. It's like, Jesus, this is making me go nuts. It's like, but a lot faster. Oh my God. What's up, Dagger? Jason, what's up? No, nothing. Jason, there was an army helicopter that crashed near Isfahan in a market. A lot more Iranian students protesting with drones overhead, like they're watching them and identifying them. That's what they're doing. We're waiting to see this. Well, I'm waiting to see the plane delivering the message, the proposal right there, that Iran 06. We're waiting to see if the president makes any comments tonight during the State of the Union. 22s moving, 35s, UK, Crete has activity, you know, those kind of things. But as far as like, there's like every other day. Well, no, not every other day. Every day. Speculation. So that's the typical. Like I said, my head is spinning every day. Almost as fat as Mecha Godzilla's head in those old campy Godzilla movies. If anybody knows what I'm referring to, you have to know it. You'd love to go shopping with me? I am one of those people that shop. I go in, I know what I'm getting, and I get out. I'm on a mission. I'm going in and I'm getting out. So, I'm not one of those people that, but then again, you know how when you go shopping and then you see other things, oh shit, I need that. You go into the store buying your objective items and then you end up walking out with twice as much. Like, oh shit, what this turn into? And don't tell me other people don't do that. I can't get the delivery from this because it's not Walmart. It's like the dollar store is It is still technically $1. Remember the 99-cent store? There's nothing in there 99 cents anymore. They had to change that. It's the $1.25 store now. It's the $1.25 store. For real. What's up, Tommy? When are they delivering the terms to? Where? Right now, to Muscat. That's his plane right there. It almost looks like he's going to land in the UAE. It's like he's heading to the airport in the UAE. That is, what's the altitude on this guy? Oh, he's up there. Yeah, this is it right here. This is the delivery, the messenger. There's the messenger right there. Dun, 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 dun. That's the messenger. That's the one with the proposal on it. Reminds me of Santa Tracker for some reason when I do that. Not so much. So I'm expecting that to turn this way. Maybe it's not. He was at 18 but has been dropping? Really? And I wander around like a kid in a candy store anytime. Oh my gosh. I actually got to buy, because a friend told me, because I have a problem with the snowblower, I got to buy non-stick spray. Because I'm going to do a whole thing on that snowblower. I'm going to sand it, paint it, fix it, and then spray it so the snow doesn't stick. That's a project. I'm waiting for it to melt. And then I got to dry it off, bring it inside, take it apart. But I do got to make a store run. And I'm going to tell you, I'm cold, and this fire is just not cutting it right now. It's just not. What's up with this? For real. And I've got a backup munchie bag, but I got 2 bags of pretzels over there. The foamy Pringle one over there. I don't even know what's in this bag. Because like I said, once this start, it's not because this is entertaining. It's because I'm not going to get off the chair. I need munchies to sit here. Yeah, the $1.25 kettle chips. We need to get that out. I can burn that. 2 boxes of Swiss rolls. I'm not making this stuff up. I'm not making this stuff up. It's cold in Florida. I have WD-40 over there. I got all kinds of stuff. I've got... You're talking to a guy who's crazy, like, with getting stuff. It's all over the place, actually. I have plenty of paint. Spray paint. I got everything. I already got the Franciscana. I showed it to you the other day. I've got them sitting right there, case. Go to the airport in Crete, Chania, check departures and arrivals. We can do that. Well, we'll click on one of them. Navy C-130. The rivet joint. The rivet joint is there. Arrivals. Look, from Mildenhall, UK. Tanker. Wow, this is interesting now that you say that. Interesting. But again, of course things are going to be going in and out. It's not like a surprise, really. You know what I mean? And a lot of it's not going to be, they're not going to show you. Zeus, Star, Olive. What is this one? Another tanker. What is this one? A Pegasus tanker. Another rivet joint. Look at this. Look at all this. Refueling. Right into Jordan. There's a lot of tankers in there. Then we have these. Oh shit, there's a lot of movement with tankers. There's a lot. There are a lot of tankers in the air. But that's probably the stuff coming in. The fighters. The UK has them too. I mean, look where that tanker took off from. The UK. So it makes sense. There's actually a lot of activity going on. Another super galaxy coming in. And the way it's going, it looks like it's going to Qatar. Who is this? Russian? And it's not the Russian flag. Argentina. Somebody mentioned that. Somebody brought that up. The Italians. I mean, look at this. That's a C-17. Still a lot going on. We need to watch this. Where did Iran guy? Oh, he made the turn. He did make the turn. But he did drop in altitude. But it looks like he's still destined to get to Muscat. He made the turn. Who knows? Charlie. I don't know about it landing. It's possible. It might hold that altitude. I mean, it's still 5,000 feet up. Maybe we should watch. It is dropping. It is definitely dropping. That is weird. Because it's supposed to go to Muscat, even though it doesn't say we're not available. Unless that's not him. I'm thinking it is. It makes sense. But it is dropping. There's no emergency listed. It is definitely dropping. But it doesn't look like it's going to land here. What the hell? I mean, why would you drop that altitude when you have so much distance to go? Still dropping. With all those planes, I would expect a lot of activity from that. That's true too. The air traffic. That's true too. Good point, Jason. Brazil Air Force. That's the C-130 from Brazil. Because he's saying that they're there for evacuation. I don't know if it's true, but it needs to be confirmed. It seems that what was supposed to arrive in the USA from the IRGC was rejected. I don't know. We have to confirm that. Okay, so you got to try to see if you find other sourcing to confirm that. It will turn, follow traffic. We just keep waiting and waiting for strikes that may never come. Sneed, it's possible. He's landing. Speeds under 200. I saw the rivet joints. Made an abrupt turn. Oh yeah, look. Holy shit. Maybe. Could that be the message is not going to get delivered? Something else could be going on that we're not aware of. What the hell is going on? But that's, I'm assuming, I'm speculating that he's on that plane. It would make sense. It would look like it was heading to Muscat. But like you guys are saying, what the hell is going on? Maybe they're aware of a change in plans? That is very curious. And trust me, we all could be reading way too much into this, including myself for sure. But that is low. And like you said, the speed, the true airspeed is just under 200. This has my curiosity right now. Now that's true spoofing. Oh my God, could you imagine defection? I don't think so though. We can't read too much into this. Do not think it's a rejection of the deal. Cannot read into that. But I mean, you could speculate. No doubt. But it looks like it's going back to this airport. Number one, you would think it would need to be refueled. What kind of Airbus type, aircraft type? Avro. I want to look what the range is of this. Avro RJ85. British Aerospace. What airline still operates the Avro? Well, Iran does. Short range. Is a short-haul and regional airliner that was manufactured in the UK by British Aerospace. It ran until 2001. They put new engines. Production ceased in 2001. What's the altitude? Oh shit, it's coming down. It is landing. It is landing. There's no doubt. Did they turn around? Oh, it's definitely coming down. Look at it. Holy shit. This is interesting. What's up with that? Oh, look. Tusi's live? Look at that. Holy shit. Tusi's talking about Mexico, though, right? Range maximum fuel is 1,660 nautical miles. Range with maximum payload 1,440. That's bizarre. What just happened? So it is landing. We know that. And where did it take off from? Karaj? Alexa, how many nautical miles from Karaj, Iran to UAE?
I'm sorry, I can't look up real-time nautical distances yet. Can I help with something else?
No.
Got it, Bill. Have a great day.
Abu Dhabi. Alexa, how many miles from Karaj, Iran to Abu Dhabi, UAE?
The distance between Karachi, Pakistan,
Not Karachi.
and Abu Dhabi,
Oh my God.
UAE is 799 miles or
Alexa,
1,000
stop. Alexa, how many miles from Karaj, Iran to Abu Dhabi, UAE?
I'm sorry, I can't look up real-time distances yet. Can I help with something else?
Oh my God. I'm just going to have to look it up.
What's going on, Bill? Sounds like something caught you off guard.
Oh, you can't make it up. You just can't. This thing drives me nuts sometimes. Here we go. $996 miles. That's driving distance. That's not flight travel. Like, you're gonna drive there? How you gonna drive there? Oh, here we go. That's driving distance via plane. Well, whatever it is, the point is this thing just landed. I wonder what's going on. I wonder what's going on here. All right. I'm reading again. I think it's time to take a break. It is about Mexico? Jason. Oh my God. You can just put on air traffic control and listen. Well, we know it landed. 415 nautical miles? So it's not like it didn't have lack of fuel. I think the second carrier group has left the nervous. They can't send rounds to it. Thank you, Jeff. And who was the other person? Cluster. I wonder if the UAE would deliver it. But that was supposed to go to Muscat. Remember, he was heading to Muscat. That is a fact. And I can show you because it was posted on media outlets. I gotta refresh. Past day. Well, we'll just click one from the Voice of Emirates. There's a bunch of articles on it. Please allow ads on a site. No, I don't want to. He didn't go to Muscat. He departed from Muscat. He sure didn't land there. Assuming that was him, it has to be him. So what's up? What's going on? That is interesting. Obviously it landed, the transponder's done. That is interesting. That's the super galaxy. That is interesting. Yeah, Russia, you stopping over at Tehran? A lot of tankers in the air. What is this Stein? To Learjet. So yeah. Let us take a break. Oh my God, the flight miles is 786. Jesus. They have no military escorts to Muscat. Let me do that. Let's take a break. See if anything develops, because I'm not just going to hang here and waste anyone's time, including my own. And we'll catch up to this in a little while, see if anything new comes out. But that is interesting. That is interesting. What just happened? It did not go. Now, are they going to hand it off to the UAE? Where it's delivered? Maybe they were getting short on the deadline? I don't know. Who knows? Oh my gosh. A lot of marine traffic there. I haven't seen a lot of marine traffic. All right, anyway, you guys. I'm going to bail for a little while. I'll come back later. There's things I need to do here. It's including another munchie trip. So have a great day, everyone. Keep an eye out so that when we come back, if anybody hears anything, we can all discuss it. This is interesting little development. I want to know the reasoning, what just happened. Anyway, love to all of you. Be well, be blessed, be safe, and enjoy the rest of your day. And see you all later.